let's talk about Book Fair Australia. Book Fair Australia happened in Melbourne very recently at the Melbourne Convention Exhibition Centre. I only went to this event because I applied to be a volunteer and I got accepted. This was kind of like a big dream come true for me because I have always wanted to see behind the scenes how the book world works, how all these events get set up, how much work and effort goes into them. On Friday, I spent pretty much the whole day at the Melbourne Convention Centre helping set up. We packed so many goodie bags to give out for those people that had bought tickets. We set up all the chairs and desks and event spaces. And I watched as some of the authors and stalls began to move in and bring all of their merchandise with them. It was such a sight to see, and I really couldn't believe that I got to be a part of it. So a big thank you and a big shout out before we get into any of the goodies that we bought to everybody that made that event possible. All of the organisers who spent their time, effort and money to make something so magnificent and beautiful. Organise volunteers, organise all of these stalls, organise authors. And another big thank you to all of the authors and all of the stalls that showed up, had so much brilliant stuff to give out and to sell, spent the time with every customer to talk about their books and just to give such a wonderful and beautiful experience for this weekend. Let's get into it. Of course we know I spent a lot of money at this event. I did spend under 500, which for me is kind of like a really big deal because normally when I go to these kinds of events, I don't set budgets for myself, or if I do, they're really small. This one, I was just kind of hoping to spend at least under 1,000, and I only spent about half of that, so pretty proud of myself on that end. But let's get into what I bought. We'll start with Leisl Leighton. I went up to this one. I first found my love of books by reading on Wattpad, and a lot of that reading was woofs and packs and mates and all that kind of stuff, which is a little bit cringe for me now when I look at some of the stuff I used to read on Wattpad, but that doesn't mean that there aren't writers out there who have made this such like a beautiful experience in the real world and with books. And that's kind of what drew me to this store to start off with, is that the first book was literally called Packbound, and I thought, you know what, I still truly love these kinds of books, and even if people think that that's a little bit weird, I love them. I think they're great. I think there's something really beautiful about them. And it's where I started my love for books. I bought the full set from Leisl Leighton of her Packbound books. So I got all 4 books from her, which absolutely incredible. This is book 1. I just think the art on these is so magnificent, and it's like, it gives you that fairy tale-esque vibe while still remaining human and something that we can connect and look at. So this is book 1, absolutely stunning. Moonbound is the second book, and once again we have such a stunning cover. It's so fantastic. I haven't read these books yet, but I love the feeling of cracking open a brand new physical book and just getting absolutely stuck into them. It's something that I've done for so long. I try as often as I can not to read things on Kindle, especially if I do have a physical copy already, which is sometimes why I do lean into buying the physical copies more, because it just gives you that feeling of cracking something open, getting into it, and just getting so sucked into the book. Honestly, this one I'm so keen for. She's an award-winning author. She's a lovely person as well. She's absolutely fantastic. We had a really good chat. This is book 4, Wolfbound. And like I said, I just had such a good conversation with her about her books, about coming to the event, about volunteering for them and all that kind of stuff. We got her little card, of course we did, but we got beautiful, beautiful bookmarks of all 4 books. These are stunning. I love a good bookmark, especially when it's book dedicated, because it just means that I figure out exactly where I'm up to, and I have less struggles trying to figure out which bookmark I used for which book. And we also got this beautiful little charm from her. I think my light is too bright. We got this beautiful little charm from her. It is actually the 4th book, and it's like a little bookmark itself. This is like a little book charm. I think it's absolutely adorable, and I was so grateful that she gave this one to me. for being a volunteer, because that meant a lot for me as somebody who is trying to step into the space and get noticed and get seen and make connections. So that really meant a lot for me. Let's get into our next book series. So this is one that I've only heard about a very small amount of times. But when I saw the stall and I saw the author herself, I was like, I have to buy all the books right here and right now, because there is absolutely no way in hell that I was leaving the book fair without this set. Now this is by Vanessa Len. These books are absolutely beautiful, and I have a lot of art to show you guys from this one. So this is the first book, Only a Monster. And like I said, I haven't read them yet and I haven't heard too much about them. But from what I do know, they are incredibly well written and they're something that is right up my alley as a reader. And I think that I'm going to enjoy these ones a lot. And the beautiful Vanessa Len actually wrote a little quote in the top of each of the books, as well as her signature. So pretty happy about that one. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a complete set in the exact way if I wanted to buy them from her, because she only had the one left of the paperback. So my next two books are in hardcovers, and if you don't know me, you know that I'm a little bit against hardbacks if I can, because they're a little bit harder to read for me with my arthritis. But these were so stunning that I honestly couldn't say no. And once again, we have a little quote in the book and her signature. I just think this is so beautiful when you get to go to an event. You get to meet the author themselves, ask questions, interact, and obviously I love a good signed book. Even if it's something that I wasn't thinking about getting before. Normally I'm one of those people that does a lot of research on books and I take so long to decide what I want. But when you have an author telling you what their book is about, and having that engagement with you, it just sparks something in me that says, this actually sounds like something I really want to read. And if I am interested, I'll get the whole series before I've even read the first book. I know a lot of people are against that because they think that if you haven't read the first book yet, you can't actually know if you're going to like it or not. But I'm very intuitive with my own reading. I know what I like, and I know if I'm going to like something or not before I've even actually read it. And this is the third one, Never a Hero. These covers are honestly so beautiful. They are so well done. They're just stunning, and they hold a story within themselves. Now let's get into the art that I have for these wonderful books. So each book in the series comes with a beautiful, beautiful bookmark. And as I said, you know I love me a good bookmark that correlates to the book itself, and these ones are just so stunning. They have the name of the title on the back, and they have the color theme that goes with each book. The next little set of arts, we have all of the individual character arts. This one is from Never a Hero. This is the only one that I picked from Never a Hero. Absolutely stunning. And then the rest of them are from Once a Villain. These are all of the characters that are in the book. All of the ones that play a main big picture will be mentioned more than once, and you get to know throughout the book series. I think they're honestly so stunning. I truly cannot get over these arts. Like, I have looked at them so many times since I got them, and I haven't even read the books yet, so that really tells you how I'm already so in tune with these characters, and I think they're just wonderful. We have 3 more arts from this one. This is the love triangle. So we have all 3 of them together in this beautiful art here. We have individual arts of them by themselves. I think this is just an absolutely stunning series. The art was all made by one artist, and I honestly don't think I could be better prepared to read a book than I have with these ones, with the conversation that I had with Vanessa. Absolutely wonderful person. I will drop all of the authors' names and all of the people that I've bought things from in the video themselves. I'll put a little @ and I'll also put them in the link description in case you want to check them out and buy something for yourself. The next one I bought was a little bit of a standalone book. The whole thing is Welcome to Romance and Chaos. I did not know this author before this event, but Welcome to Romance and Chaos is, I looked at that and I said, tell me who you are, tell me what you write. But we got Powered by ADHD, which is a pin, and I love pins. I don't know if you can see, but I've got my beautiful pinboard back here. We got our beautiful, that's upside down, beautiful bookmark that is from the book. We have art. I think this is such a stunning art. This was actually made by an author that was sitting like right next to her, but I think this art is absolutely incredible. These are the two main characters in the book, and I think that the way that this is drawn is just so vibrant and so beautiful. And of course, we have the book itself. I truly couldn't say no to this one. This one is a little bit of a mafia romance, and so Life for Me, absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. This is by Cassandra. Wonderful person as well. I don't think I met a single vendor or author at this event that wasn't an absolutely beautiful and truly amazing person. And I think that speaks for how well and how good our Australian culture is when it comes to the books and the reading universe, because everybody is so nice, everybody is so kind, and everybody is willing to have a conversation with you about their books, about their interests, about what they design. And yeah, it's just a truly amazing culture to be a part of. Let's move into all the goodies I bought from bookish merch stalls, because this is my biggest haul. This is the biggest part of my haul. All of these guys have websites online that you can actually go and visit, so if you do see anything that you particularly like or are interested in, feel free to click on a link below and check them out, because they're so amazing, they're fantastic people, and they make fantastic merch. Let's start with title pieces. So these guys are a cute little bookish accessory page. They do little like annotation stickers, they do Kindle sleeves, they do little backpacks, and I was really tempted to buy one of the backpacks, but I need to get rid of some bags before I can buy any more. So I went with stickers, because stickers are the next best thing. I got 3 stick pages from these guys, purely based on the looks and the content that was on each page. These are so stunning. The stickers themselves are really high quality. They're really nice to feel, nice to look at, and overall, like, they didn't actually cost that much as what I was expecting them to be because of how high the quality is. So I was pretty happy with that. I got these on a 3, I think for 20 special, which was pretty good. And honestly, like I said, these are such high quality. I don't think that I have bought many stickers on a page like this that are such high quality to feel. Normally you'll get that with the individual stickers, but with pages I do find that they're a little bit less high quality, but these ones definitely blew that out of the water. They are so nice to feel, they're so well made, the stickiness is great. I think they're definitely worth the purchase. Okay, the next store is Daiku's Workshop. Now, this one I only bought stickers from, but they have some really fantastic merch. And I mostly only bought from this store because of the cows. Cows are something that are really dear to me. My grandfather was a farmer and taught me a lot about cows. And I used to live on a farm myself, so in my mind, this is just something really special to me. And these designs are honestly so beautiful. This is Daiku's Workshop. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because I would feel really bad if I haven't pronounced that right. So let's start with my stickers that aren't cows. I have a little D20 dice, absolutely adorable. We have number 1 yapper, which, if you know me, you know that I can yap for a fair while. We have a little cow in strawberry colour and snakes. We have a blueberry cow. These are so adorable. And we have our little ghost cow. Now this one is my favourite. This one is my favourite cow. My little ghost cow is adorable. This one is another strawberry milk cow, which I think is just adorable. I don't actually know how to describe this one, but I would personally say like fairy light cow. And my last cow, which is an orange cow. Got his little orange slices on with him and everything. These are absolutely adorable, and I definitely think that I will be making a purchase from their online store to purchase more stickers, because these are such high quality. They're so adorable to look at, and I just really love stickers. Okay, let's move on to Miss T Creations. So this is their cute little business card. These guys had a lot of things on offer. They had a really good variety of things, from like arts, earrings, physical items and arts and things like that. There was such a good range. And I bought 3 arts from these guys. This is from one of my favorite series, Fourth Wing. These guys are professionally licensed, so let's just show it. This, oh my god, it's so stunning. It's back and front. It has slightly different colors on each side, but this is Violet Sorrengail. Honestly, these arts are just so well made and they're so stunning. We have another Violet Sorrengail, and it does actually have on the back, it does actually have like a little thing that tells you where it's published from, the name of the artwork, and all the licenses and things like that. So this one particularly has like all of the copyright and everything like that, just so that you, on the bottom there, I know you can't read it from that distance, but it's really great that these guys are properly licensed and they have everything to tell you and show you that they are, and honestly their work is so beautiful. This is another one with Violet, but this one has all 3 of their dragons and Zayden as well. I thought this one was just so beautiful. Purely because we've got all 3 dragons in the background there. We have Zayden and Violet just having like a little moment together. And it is a little bit, if you read into the lines, but I just think it's really beautiful. So that's from Miss T Creations. They have it on their website as well, so please feel free to check them out and check the link below. The next 2 stores that I'm going into are the ones that I probably bought the most from. These guys have pins, wristbands, stickers, everything like that. So I'm going to go into a touch of magic designs first. So these guys had a really big stall at the book fair, and they were so lovely. It was almost hard to grab what I wanted because there were so many people lined up to buy things from these guys. They said there was absolutely so much more on their store page than what they could bring in person, so I will definitely be checking these guys out in my next pay run and probably buying a hell of a lot more. I love, this is the little card that they gave me that was in their bag when I bought from them, and I think this is so beautiful because it's their Instagram website. Okay, so from these guys, they were doing a lot of deals, and I got the little RFID little chip things. This one, you just like tap your phone on it and it brings you to their website. They gave me one of these ones, and I think that anytime that I go out into a bookish event, I will be taking this one with me and I will be getting people to scan it because I think these guys just have some really beautiful merch. And I was really honoured that they just gave me one of those. So that's something that I'm hoping to use a bit more. These guys had a really good deal on pins and like keychains and stuff like that, so let's get into what I got. Cheshire Cat, Alice in Wonderland is something that's very special to me. It's one of the first kind of books that I read growing up. I loved the movies so much, and the Cheshire Cat is someone that I not necessarily relate to, but I love the whole vibe, the whole contrast. I love the colouring, I love the way they speak, all that kind of stuff. So I got the big version of the Cheshire Cat. This is a little adoption record card which comes with all the details about who you're adopting, all of their weight and height, what story they came from, etc. All those kinds of things, which I think is adorable. And then my next 4 are all Fourth Wing, all Fourth Wing themed. So I have a keychain which is blue and it says Rider. This one is actually upside down, so let's fix that. So this is from their quadrant collection. So this is basically a little thing to tell you which quadrant you're a part of. Now I got 2 of these because I also got my Scribe pen. So Scribe is obviously the writer quadrant of Fourth Wing. They're the ones who love books, they love writing, they tell the stories and that kind of stuff. And as an author, a reader, a writer, everything like that was just something that was the first one that I picked out before I then chose to grab the writer one as well. The next 2 are honestly so adorable. They're from the Lost Library. These are little books from the book itself. So I got one from Iron Flame and one from Onyx Storm. These are books that Violet read inside the book itself. So it's kind of like bookception when you think about it. So this one is Tirandor Ties, Fabric Weaving for Beginners. And I think, I don't know if it's going to show up very well on here. think it's a bit too shiny to show up, but this one is one of the books that Leighton gifts Violet, essentially to help her start learning how to weave runes, but she doesn't know that at the time, and I think that's really cute. This one is from Onyx Dorm. It's Venom Compendium, which is spoken about when they get into the third book and they get quite into the details. I will definitely post photos of these as well once they are on my wall, just so that you can have a better look at them in person, and obviously you can always head to their website to have a better look. I'm sure they have some great professional photos on there. And then I got this one for free for spending a lot of money. This is like a little wristlet keychain. I think it's just adorable. It says, "I love this fucking book." And it's just a little wristlet, and it has a cat on the back. I think it's just so adorable. And I thought it was just the fitting one to grab when they said that I could grab one for free. Okay, let's get into my favourite stall. So this was the stall that I was standing next to when I was signing people in. They were all coming in with their merchandise, getting ready to set up, etc., things like that. I was checking them off, and these guys were right next to me. And every time she pulled something out to put on display, I was like, add that to my list to buy. I think I didn't spend that much time at the stall purely because I'd already seen it all beforehand and I knew exactly what I wanted. I bought a lot, so let's get into it. Let's start with their business card, actually. Let's start there. So these guys are called the Enamel Library. This is the same thing. It's like a little bit of a screenshot of the Instagram page. But then on the back, it has a beautiful pink design. I love pink. Pink is my favorite color. That just has like their email. It's like, honestly, this is adorable. It has email for the full thing, and then it tells you which part is their Instagram and which part is their online store as well. They're all the same. I think it's just so well done. It's an absolutely adorable card. I think this is a great business card. And the owner of this stall, she was so lovely and so wonderful that I was willing to spend all my money on her and on all of the amazing things that she had on offer. So the first thing that I chose was this little magnet, and once again, it's the little Cheshire cat. It's like a little Cheshire cat on a book, and this one's a little magnet, and it says "We're all mad here." And honestly, it's so stunning. It's beautiful. And these ones are the big pins. These ones are from a monthly shelfie pin. So this one is called Choices, and it's Onyx Storm themed, which I thought was really cute. And yeah, this one is the Choices. It's officially licensed. It's absolutely stunning. It is quite hard to see on my camera, so I do apologize in advance. But this one has some like little books on it. It has a sword. It has a cat that if you haven't read the third book, you won't know what the hell this is about. But I just think that it's absolutely stunning. It's so beautiful. All of these pins are so shiny, and I cannot wait to see them on my wall. The next one is Cowboy Romance. I recently got into Cowboy Romance because of Elsie Silver. I read her first book, and I thought, I'm probably not going to like this. And you know what? I actually really love cowboy romances. I think they're absolutely great. And I've read way too many now to count. This one it's a pink theme, and I think it's absolutely stunning. But it has a little cowboy boot, a little cowboy hat, and it has a stack of books with like different sayings and meanings on them. Like I said, I will post photos of these on my accounts as well, purely because this video does not do them justice whatsoever. This one is fortune telling. So I am really into tarot. I'm really into like star signs and the future and all those kinds of things. Even though I don't know how to read a tarot deck and I've never done it before in my life, I think that it's just something that is really cool to me, and I love the whole vibe about it. I really love the cards themselves, even if I don't know how to read them. And this one is just so adorable. It has little tarot cards on the top. It has a little teacup, and of course, books. It also has a little sage on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that from there. It has a little sage on the bottom that is like essentially cleansing the books and the pin itself. I think this one is absolutely stunning. And like I said before, I will be adding tags to each of the stores that I've mentioned in this video below so that you can check it out and have a look for yourselves. Because I want to buy more from them, and if you guys like all the things that I'm showing you, I'm sure that there comes a time that you guys might buy some stuff too. This is the only sticker that I got from the enamel library. It's just a little Basquiat War College sticker. It just has little Indana on the front there and like the archway of Basquiat. I think it's just adorable, and it's pink, so I couldn't say no. And she did give me that one for free for everything else that I bought. She was kind of like, yeah, look, you're buying so much. Why not give it to you for free? All of the vendors and all of the authors were like, here's a freebie. Whenever you went up to them, especially if you were spending money, they were like, I don't care, have an extra, have something else. That, you know, I just thought it was so wonderful. Like I said, our culture is just so brilliant, and I think everybody is so willing to give. It's just so nice to see. Now, this one, these are all my mini pins. This one is a little pink sheriff's badge, which goes along with the kind of cowboy theme. I think it's, like I said, absolutely adorable, and it's pink. You really can't see the word sheriffs on there, but you can see like the outline of it, and I think that's all that really matters. This one is from When the Moon Hatched. It's an adorable little dagger. I haven't read this book yet either, but I do really want to read it, and this is just absolutely adorable. I initially didn't realize it was from When the Moon Hatched when I chose it, but when I looked at it, I was like, you know what? That gives me more incentive to read the book. My next two lot of pins are Fourth Wing related. So this one is a little lightning wielder pin. So it's got a little hand, some lightning, and it has the words lightning wielder on it, which obviously is Violet's signet in the box. Absolutely stunning. All of these are officially licensed as well, so they have the rights to be able to sell these, and I think that that's absolutely stunning. This is one of my favorites because it wasn't a bad price, and the details on these pins is so beautiful. Like I said, check out all of the pictures on my accounts after this because my camera does not do them justice. But this is the books themselves. So it's got Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm. Fourth Wing is a nice little black and white kind of vibe. Iron Flame has blue and gold, which I think is really pretty. And then Onyx Storm is like purples and golds, which I think is also really pretty. And like I said, all officially licensed. So that's all 3 books in this series. Really adorable, really sweet, really cute. I don't know if it's going to... It really doesn't want to focus for me, but that's okay. You guys just have to look at my ugly mug instead. This is the last pin I got, and this is the last thing that I got from the fair itself. This is one of those little it's like a little dome, and it's an adoption dome. So this one is a dragon, and I thought it was absolutely stunning. So take a look at that if you can. It's a little dome with the dragon in the middle, and they've got some little eggs and things like that. And this one was from the adoption domes. So it has all of the details on the side. It has a name. It has the dragon's name. It's got a little signature. It has a year on there. I think it's just absolutely adorable. And it does say the home of the moon plums, which is adorable. I think this is, like I said, I'm going to buy more from these companies at some stage. I'm going to go and look them up online. I've already had a look at some of their websites because I always think about buying things. I know that I shouldn't because I'm trying to save money, but when you see things that are just so beautiful and so well done and they're everything that you want in life, you kind of have to press that purchase. I will hopefully be doing some unboxing soon as well for you guys for some special edition books that I've ordered. So hopefully they arrive within the next couple of days so that we can do an unboxing video for all of those. And I have pre-ordered a lot more special edition books for the coming up year. I will be doing videos on them every single time that I get a new special edition book, as well as posting them onto my socials as a picture as well, so you guys have the full view of what they look like. I always post links to authors, websites, books, etc., so that you guys know exactly where I've gotten them from, who the author is, and where you guys can find out more about the information. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know that it wasn't the best quality, but we are working on that. We are working on getting some new things. But I will post everything onto my socials as well. Take a look at the descriptions below. I will have everything linked. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you all next time.